in the reports with Jamaica, they're saying like these crimes are happening even at the all-inclusives. One thing that I do want to point out,
where
they're talking about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, because unfortunately there were women that have gotten raped at the all-inclusives, but the way that the media is portraying it right now is like it's stuff that's happening right now, and it's not true. Hey everyone, I'm Adrienne. Welcome back to my channel at Breathless Getaways, and I'm joined here with a special guest. We have Chef Couture, who just returned from Jamaica, and the purpose of this video is to tell everyone what's really going on in Jamaica. So, as you know, there's a travel advisory, and they don't recommend that you travel to Jamaica, but we just want to give another spin on this. I'm going to tell you the real reason why I think that is, but Chef Couture just returned from Jamaica, so we're going to talk to her first, and I want you to share your experience. So, when did you go to Jamaica?
I went February 3rd.
Okay.
And I returned February 7th.
All right. And this was a solo trip that she took by herself.
My first solo trip. I have this personality where when people tell me not to do something, it makes me want to go to do it to see what it really is like.
Right.
So I went in with the mindset of level 3 happens everywhere. I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You understand? I've been in Georgia. I've been in Maryland, I've been in Boston, I've been in some pretty hefty Chicago. My mother lives in Chicago.
Right.
So I've been in some very high so-called crime areas.
Right.
So to me, it was just like another walk in the park.
Exactly.
In a sense. So I'm like, all right, well, was people like, oh, don't go, don't go, don't go. I'm like, but it's level 3 in Brooklyn.
Exactly. And that is the thing. Like for me, so we're from New York. And I'm like, okay, it's a level 3. Like, first of all, Jamaica's always been a level 3. Like, they got down to a level 2. They just increased it to level 3. But I'm like, you're from New York. I hear about people, oh, I'm going to change my trip. I'm scared to go. There's crime. I'm like, you're from New York. Like, what are you talking about? And especially if you're from Brooklyn. Like, I'm looking at you.
I literally walked the streets of, like, Negril.
Wow.
Like, literally left the resort, walked the streets. It was about... I don't know if they were already engulfed in the culture.
Right.
If they were tourists, I don't know. They were different ethnicities. But literally just walking the streets. It was a bunch of like bars and things like that. Markets on the street. And literally not tourist stuff.
Right.
Regular, everyday,
like local
shops.
Yeah.
And nobody bothers you. If anything, they embrace you.
Right.
They just live in their day-to-day life. I went as far as like Green Island. You understand? Like I went into the countryside. I went into, you know, what we would look at as another part of Jamaica, which would be like a broken part.
Right.
But it's really the market. It's an everyday thing. And I literally had no issue. Nobody looked at me weird. Nobody was trying to look in the car.
Right.
I did have a tour guide and a bodyguard every day. Only for the simple fact of I don't know Jamaica.
Right.
So I needed somebody to take me around, and because I'm a off beaten path type of person, I want to go into the more unknown parts.
Right.
I don't want to stay on a resort. I don't like resorts. I'll go to them because of the luxury.
Right.
But I want to go off. So I did use a company while I was out there, G-Max JA Tours, and picked me up every single day, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night.
That's good.
Took me everywhere I wanted to go. So in that sense, I used it to show people that it's safe.
Yep.
And because y'all are so worried, y'all can have a tour guide.
Absolutely.
But I can also leave my tour guide and walk around, and I was fine. I mean, I went to Rick's Cafe. I went to relax on the beach.
Yep.
Chili Pops.
Dunn's River. I saw you.
Then we went to hang out with the goats because I'm addicted to goats.
Oh,
and we were just like on the
wow.
streets looking at the goats and the cows and the pelicans because they're like it's like wildlife out there in a sense to me. Day 2, YS Falls, the river rafting.
Right.
There's nightlife out there like crazy. So you have like Pier 1 and Margaritaville and
27
yeah, 27 was lit on a Sunday, so definitely go there.
I just have to say, like, seriously, I'm impressed. She was only there a few days and she went all over. Like, honestly, I was looking at her Instagram page and I'm like, I I gotta get on an interview with you because I want y'all to see, like, there's so much to see and do in Jamaica. And for those of you that are afraid because of the travel advisors, just know that where you live, you probably got the same thing.
Yep.
Like, and it's unfortunate, obviously. We don't want to hear about murders and rapes or anything like that. But one thing I do want to point out, I had a client that reached out this morning and she's like, now she's looking into Riviera Maya and she's like, I hear a lot of crimes going on and murders. And I said, honestly, there haven't been any murders of tourists in Jamaica or Bahamas, but there was one in New York yesterday. But there was one in New York just yesterday.
It was so crazy. Those resorts, I'm gonna tell y'all guys, airtight. You are my tour bodyguard. He couldn't even get past the escalator. Like, they're not letting when you come into the resort, they have a list of whose names is staying at the resort. You can't get past that security guard.
Yep.
They have to release a whole thing for you to
get.
Nobody who's not supposed to be there is not getting in there. It's not happening. You can't even get past the bellboy.
Right.
You can't get through the escalator. There's a security guard just because it is a resort at the escalator. They will lift you, pick you up, put your picture in the front and say you cannot return.
Exactly.
Trust me.
And that is so true. But one thing I do want to say now, in the reports with Jamaica, they're saying like these crimes are happening even at the all-inclusives. One thing that I do want to point out, they're talking about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, because unfortunately there were women that have gotten raped at the all-inclusives. But the way that the media is portraying it right now is like it's stuff that's happening right now, and it's not true.
And it's not that it may not be happening. It's not relevantly happening.
Right.
Not like you can't go to the Marriott in Times Square, or you can't go to another city, state, or country that they're not saying is a level 3, and it can't happen. It happens in Italy all the time. Yes. They literally pick you up in a van and throw you in the back of the van and traffic you.
Yeah.
But that's not a level 3.
Exactly.
But they're not saying don't go to Italy.
Yeah.
Italy's wide open.
Jamaica, don't go to Jamaica. So the purpose of this video is for us to show you and tell you, you can obviously travel the world. You can be in your own state, your own country, and things happen all over. Just be safe when you travel. So what recommendations do you have for people that are traveling right now? Let's say to Jamaica, and they're thinking about changing their trip.
Well, I'm big on AirTag. So I'm an AirTagger, so I keep an AirTag on the back of my phone. If I have a bathing suit on or something like that, I keep an AirTag on my bathing suit. If I'm with my tour guide, I keep an AirTag on his car. I let him know that I'm doing it.
That's good.
That's just an optional thing that I like because you can find the AirTag anywhere. Another thing is in your phone, keep your location on for the people that you trust. In your phone, for the option of allow certain people to ring through, the people that you trust, even if your phone's on silent, allow them to get through. Let them know what your resort is. I'm big on global entry because I want to get in and out. Please, if you can get TSA pre-check, global entry, get all of those things. Travel
safely. Like with Couture, she had her driver the whole time. So she had somebody with her. Don't travel alone. Don't go off the beaten path by yourself. Like, you're not a local, so don't travel that way if you don't really know the country. And there's just so many wonderful things about Jamaica.
Gorgeous.
So
Beautiful.
What I want to recommend is definitely also getting travel insurance. You don't want to be in a position where, God forbid, and this is not about like someone robbing you or stabbing you, nothing like that. But with the travel insurance, God forbid you injure yourself, you fall, like you're at an excursion and you fall, and now you have to go to the hospital. I will admit, like the hospital system there, I'd rather be flown back to the U.S. to where I am and get treated there. We get travel insurance and we'll cover that. So just make sure you have travel insurance also.
I had to go to the nurse.
Oh, you did?
And the nurse is $65 in the resort.
Oh, okay.
So imagine if I had to go to the hospital. That would have been like $65,000 American dollars. And do know that I'm going to talk about Jamaica because I just came from Jamaica, but they want cash. Like before they, you understand?
Before
like,
they even see you.
Yes. Like they're not trying to hear anything. So make sure you have your travel insurance and your point of contact person, and keep that in a card on you at all times. That's very important. I loved my experience with Jamaica. I'm actually going back in a few weeks.
That is awesome.
Because I went for 4 days. I need to go for 8 now. And I'm not staying at a resort. That's just me. I'm staying at an Airbnb.
Wow.
Because I want to cook in the kitchen and I want to be engulfed in the culture. Have a chef from Jamaica come and cook for me.
Oh, that's nice.
And I just want to be a part.
Yeah.
So, and because I feel safe, because I was there, I have no problem in the Airbnb.
And I just want to thank you for coming here. So Chef Couture is like an incredible celebrity chef. I'm sorry, I just got to plug this in.
You know I like the celebrity word.
She doesn't, but I'm gonna tell you because her food is incredible. We met like 3 years ago.
Maybe
five.
4 or 5. Yeah, it's been
like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And she like this woman. Who'd you do yesterday?
Oh, Wanye and Boyz II Men, but
Boyz II Men.
specifically Wanye Morris.
Okay, so we're gonna in the description box. I'm gonna put her email address. You travel.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yep. So she travels.
I travel to Jamaica. You see that, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm traveling anywhere else. If I travel to Jamaica, I'm traveling anywhere else.
There we go. But I just want to thank you so much for giving your insight, for giving your advice on how you can travel safely to Jamaica and have an incredible experience. So, as you know, I am a travel advisor, or if you're new here, I am a travel advisor as well, and I have a team of travel agents that would love to get you booked to Jamaica. So just send me an email to adrian@breathlessgetaways.com. And do you want to drop your handle?
Oh, sure. If you want any information on my experience in Jamaica, and I'm also booked with Adrian too when I went to Mexico. So don't think I'm just here and I haven't used her services. I have definitely used her services.
Right.
So I am somebody that can attest to her great work in the travel arena. But you can definitely find me at CHEFCATORE. But everything will be in the handle as well.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Safe travels, everybody.
Yeah.